So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to today's video. Taking a break from Master League. Yeah, I've had enough of it. Sick of it after yesterday's episode. So I may even go back to Superstar, to be honest, just to get back into the fun of it, you know, because if you don't enjoy playing the game, then what's the point of playing it? Anyway, today's video, we are looking at the expectations for PES 2022. And the reason I wanted to put this out was because I don't want people getting too excited about the game. Like, look, I'm excited. I'm very excited to see what they're doing with it. But I don't want to put, like, the game on a pedestal, and then, like, the game comes out and we're disappointed by it. And I think that's kind of the level that we're getting at, because we're not getting any information right now, right? We've had that article the other day about graphics, and we'll talk about that, but that's really about it. There's been nothing. They're not going to E3 this year. They haven't shown any current information. So, I want to talk about the expectations, and of course, let me know in the comments what you expect from the game, because don't expect like a whole brand new game built from the ground up. Not going to happen. And in the article, they did mention that they're kind of, what's the word? I don't know what word they used, but they were happy with, like, you know, the way that the game plays now. So they're kind of refining it from like 19, 20, 21. That alone goes to show me that they're not going to make the gameplay from the ground up. And it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. But anyway, before we get into it, I wanted to showcase a few things that are lurking around that just are stupid, to be honest, and annoying. It's people that put stuff out like this, like PES 2022 official Unreal Engine 5 gameplay, right? And then he had this going on. I don't know what this is from, if I'm being honest, because the player models look like a cartoon character. Honestly, if PES looked like this, I'd be a little bit concerned. I'd be like, well, why are we going backwards? I thought we were going for photorealistic graphics, and this looks like a cartoon game, which is where people are getting it from. So there's this guy putting this out, and he actually put out the exact same video. It's the same guy again. There he is, PES 2022 official Unreal Engine cinematics this time. And then I was looking at this, and I was like, well, hang on a minute. I've seen this before. I saw it on my iPhone, and that's the reason right there. This is the top 11 game on mobile. What a Moby. So, you know, it's people that put stuff out like this that just gets on my nerves, because I know you're trying to get views, right? And I'm generally doing this video right now because I know it will get a few views, because it will have PES 2022 in the title. But I'm not going to state, like, this is official gameplay. No. I don't know. It just gets on my nerves when people do that. And then we had this one as well. Oh, no, this was the same. Was this the same guy? It was the same guy, yeah, official next gen. And he literally showcased the Rush game. It's a betting game. It's a betting game. I've put a video out about this. So, yeah, once again, this is not PES. This is not how it's going to look. It's not going to play like this. It's never going to be like this. I've said that if football games try to become like this, it wouldn't work. It wouldn't work with a controller. It's too slow, and the inputs still have to be a little bit snappy. The responsiveness can be very quick, but you can't have a gameplay like this. Anyway, forget that. We're not going to worry about it. Forget it. And then we also had another video. This was one I had before, actually, with PES 13 and 14. But there was one here that just kind of showcased. And I'll let this run through while I'm talking about this. Durandil obviously does a lot of mods for PES 21. And this was just kind of ideas. This was from Sander7, who, I mean, fair enough to the guy. He puts out PES videos. I think he does a lot of FIFA as well. But it was just ideas for the game, right? So I'm going to let that run through while I talk about the expectations. And yeah, don't get too excited. But anyway, let's talk about the menus first of all. Expectations for the menu system. I think there will be a revamped sort of menus to PES for the new PES 2022. We might see the animations come back. Remember, we used to have little players on the side of the menus, and you could customize them. I think they will, Konami, go for a more like modern approach. Hopefully. I mean, I'm hoping, because PES has never been like the best looking game off the pitch. The menus have always been a little bit meh, especially Master League. We'll talk about that. But overall, yes, first things first, I will say the menus may get a new lick of paint, and they definitely have to get a new lick of paint. Bring in some animations, make it classy. But for the most part, yeah, that's what you would expect. If we move on to like Master League stuff, Master League needs a proper slap in the face and a proper like kick up the backside. I don't like the way Master League works still with the whole menus. You know, the little things at the top when you pick the tabs. It's very clunky. it's not very easy to know where you're going, where you're navigating. All the main things that you should want to look at should be on the home screen, right? So the league table's already there right now, which is good. Like top scorers, up-and-coming matches, latest news. What else we got? Maybe the big transfers going on, messages, you know, things that are very key if you're a manager that you want to see right on the screen. I would love for them to bring back some sort of manager. I spoke about this the other day. What was it? I can't even remember. What was it called? Like, it's not spirit. It's how well you're doing as a manager. God blimey, I've completely forgotten. But it's how well you're doing as a manager. You get a little rating, right? So if you're 30 out of 100 and then you start winning matches and it goes up. That's what I'm talking about. It's like team spirit, but it's for a manager. So you know how well you're doing. If you start losing games and you're down the bottom, maybe there's a little bar that says you're very close to getting the talking to from the board. And if you don't pick it up, yeah, you may get the sack. Maybe there's another thing that if you do this, then you get a little bit more money and this, that, and the other. There are ways that they could go into Master League and really recoup it and bring back a little bit more of the fun factor, as opposed to just now, literally in Master League, when I go in there, I'm clicking next every single time. Oh, transfers coming up. Try and buy a player. Next. Another transfer, try and buy. It's the same old. It's just boring. It's boring. Really want to see Master League with a brand new lick of paint. That is the one mode, along with myClub, that really should be built from the ground up. Okay, gameplay is not going to be built from the ground up, folks. Don't get carried away on that. But Master League and myClub have to be built from the ground up and just blow us away. Okay, so for Master League, I want to see new menus. I want to see the ability to know how you're doing as a manager. Maybe a better scouting system, better youth players. Core blimey, the youth players are terrible. Terrible right now. They're not even the right names. So yeah, that's kind of what Master League's going to entail. And then myClub as well, I think they will ramp up the myClub stuff a lot more. I mean, they have to. It's their baby in regards to making the money. If they don't redo myClub and really spice it up on a whole new level, a lot of people are going to get frustrated and might go and play FIFA instead. Because let's be honest, as much as FIFA's gameplay for me personally is atrocious, Ultimate Team and all that is far more in depth by an absolute mile. The amount of stuff you can do in Ultimate Team compared to myClub is baffling. So, Konami, I really hope you have been following suit and you're going to offer just a ton of content. I might even dive into myClub if they produced more content. There just is not enough to keep you engaged for more than 5 minutes. So, for me, myClub needs, very much like Master League, a new lick of paint, brand new content that keeps you engaged, weekly tournaments, just stuff. All right, now let's move on to the actual gameplay itself, okay? Now, let's talk about the expectations for the gameplay. I'm not expecting them, as I keep saying, to do a brand new, built from the ground up gameplay. It won't work, I don't think. They will use what they have right now with the Fox engine, and they'll kind of transition it over and go from there. But what do I want to see? Well, new physics. I think with a new engine, you got to bring new physics into play. Brand new animations, okay? Mocap. I hope Konami have been mocapping the hell out of it and getting some really tasty animations. More so with the goalies. If we've all seen the goalkeepers doing that ridiculous dive from a penalty where they literally dive past the post. Have you ever seen a goalkeeper dive past the post in a penalty? I don't think I have. So that type of stuff needs to be sorted out. So I'm actually getting put off by this video here. What's going on here? Subscribe to my second channel. Okay, well, I don't know what that's all about. I'll probably change that. I'll put something else in the background. Actually, you know what I will put in the background? Here we go. Some PES 14, PES 13. The quality's terrible. You can still see it, kind of. So yeah, mocap with the goalies. The animations for the goalies for me are poor. They're not well done. That needs to be redone completely. The referees would be nice if they got completely done, but I think the referees are going to tie into the collisions, and the collisions will tie into the Unreal Engine. And that's where it's difficult to kind of, unless we play the game, unless we see some action, which hopefully will be shortly at some point, we don't know about these things. As I say, the collisions tie into the actual Unreal Engine. The Unreal Engine kind of ties into the refs, because as the physics and the collisions don't work, then the referees get it wrong. And it's complex. It's not easy. I'm not a programmer. I don't know. But I know it's not easy. You see the amount of issues we have with the game and the amount of bugs that are there. The minutest thing can cause a problem. So, the gameplay for me, this is what I'm expecting. Well, I just mentioned it. Physics, animations, collisions, the goalies being done, mocap being a big part of it, a better crowd, the presentation's got to be upped a lot as well. I just want a nice, polished, refined game. I'm talking about probably dribbling as well. Maybe we get a new dribble system. A more enhanced dribbling system. I know there's 360 dribbling and that's still not technically there, you know, the proper 360. But I don't know how hard it is to implement these things, folks. I mean, it's got to be difficult, hasn't it? So, yeah, don't be expecting magical things is my point about this video when it comes to the gameplay. Like, menus and stuff, yeah, I want to see a lot more. But the gameplay, just get it right, Konami. Don't lose features as well. That's another imperative thing. Don't be getting rid of stuff just because we're on a new engine. That was a big problem of PES 2014. PES 2014, we lost a lot of content from 13 to 14. And it took us a while to get it really back. And a lot of the features we lost and never came back. So, yeah, we don't want that happening again. And the final point I will talk about is edit mode. Now, edit mode is a big one. A very big one. They need to get that right. Now, with the new level of graphics, with the 4K that we have now, I mean, the PS5 capable of 8K, but yeah, we're nowhere near there yet. 4K coming into play, and the power of the PS5, obviously the kits are going to be higher resolution, right? They're going to be really crisp. Is that going to make it another excuse for Konami to say that they haven't put enough memory there to do this, that, and the other? Possibly. I don't know. I don't know how it works. But with edit mode, and we're going to have the better kits and the quality, there's got to be a lot more. There's got to be a lot more depth as well. You know, like being able to do things on PC, on console, that would be my biggest thing. If I was Konami, I would go, look, what are they doing on PC that we really want to have them to be able to do on console as well? Like making transitional effects, like different replays, even having different corner flags. Konami do not have a lot of licenses when it comes to that stuff. They don't have tons of league licenses, let alone like, you know, team licenses. So they've got to cater to the community and let the community do what they can't do. If you know what I'm saying, right? That's what the PC people do. They do what Konami can't legally do. So Konami have to come up with a way to put in an edit mode that enables us to do things that are not going to get copyrighted, though, and that's where it gets finicky. But still, why can't we put music and intro songs, outro songs? When you score a goal, there's a different song that plays. Different kits that you can give the referees as well as not just the players. Then you've got the scoreboards, customize those. The transitional effects, customize those. There's many ways that I'm sure they could do something. It's just how much are they going to do? That's the big question. So that's kind of my point today, folks. I wanted to do, you know, an expectations video. Like, you know, what are the realistic expectations? Because as I said 9,000 times, I always talk the same talk. But don't expect a brand new game built from the ground up gameplay-wise, folks. No. Just take it easy. Calm it down until we actually see some gameplay, and then we'll go from there. But make sure you do leave a comment. Let me know what realistically you think will be done for PES 2022, okay? That's what I'm saying, realistically. Not what you want, but what you think realistically will be done for Konami. We know they're already talking about graphics. Remember that. They put out that article saying they wanted the photorealistic graphics, and that's great and all, but I want to see some gameplay improvements, you know, quite substantial improvements, though, as well. But anyway, that is all for today. Let me know your thoughts below. We'll return with Master League. I probably will return with Master League. Well, I will. But on Superstar. Honestly, I might. We'll see how it goes. And if I batter the AI, then you know why. And we'll go back to Legend with a mod. Anyway, until next time, subscribe for more. Let me know your thoughts below. Yeah, and take care.